Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pain Scale. I'm back with you today for another special video. Today, it will be entitled "A Pain Theory," the theory of why. Sorry, the theory of why human beings are actually not social creatures, and why human beings are actually antisocial creatures. I do have 4 points. I do want to talk about today in today's video. Um, Again, I would like to say I am not, a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any of the type. Neither am I any sort of, social scientist of any kind. I'm just a regular guy. My name's Rodney. I'm from Nevada. And I make these videos to help people and also maybe help them open, up their eyes, to things in this world. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my points on why human beings are actually, antisocial creatures. First one is racism. You know, just throw that out there. Racism. Some people say, oh, that's enough said right there, racism. But it's, it goes deeper than that. Racism proves human beings are antisocial because it's like you don't even have to go back thousands of years, to understand racism. Racism's still going on today. If you're looking for past examples of, absolutely horrible racism, just go back to like 1950, the early 1900s and back, the horrible mistreatment, the history of black people in America, how they were, publicly hung and burnt and, shit like that and enslaved and, just horrible things, a thing called the Jim Crow era. If you are educated in the United States, if you don't, I do highly recommend do some research on it. If you are not aware of the Jim Crow era, but yeah, racism is horrible, just all around, and for obvious reasons, it makes people antisocial. People will think, oh, hey, because I'm, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, that means, I'm better. That means like, oh, my people have done this or that. But in reality, that shit does not matter. Some people even go, deeper than that, go into their culture, oh, I'm from here or there, their nationality, that's not racism, but, nationality, that can coincide with racism too, I'm from here or there, that means I'm better at this or I can do this or that or, just silly shit, If you think, your race or nationality really makes you better than anybody, then, you're the biggest fool in the world or one of the biggest fools in the world. Again, racism, it's the dumbest thing on the planet. People that are still racist on this planet, um, it's really sad, to see that because you think human beings would be smarter, at this stage of the game, but in reality, human beings really aren't. There's a lot of dumb human beings in this world, so racism, it divides human beings and it makes human beings think, they're better than other people. But in reality, I've said this before, I believe I've said this before, we are tiny creatures that live on a tiny rock in the infinite expanse of everything, which is the universe. Race, culture, whatever it is, it does not make you better than anything. We're all human beings. We're all the same. We may look different, may have different facial features. It may, have different types of, call like where we come from, like the different ways we cook and stuff. At the end of the day, we're all still human beings. That's it. There's no if and we're just human beings. It's culture was a construct, and the grander scheme of things, culture, race, that doesn't matter. We're all just human beings, so we should treat each other, better. We should all treat each other better. We all should treat each other the same. We should all treat each other good. But that's a very deep issue, and hopefully human beings can fully understand that sooner than later. So, but let's get to the second point on why I think human beings are very antisocial is status. Um, stat like like, oh, I have more money, I have more fame. I have a job as a CEO, or I'm manager at this store at at one of the biggest Macy's or something, wherever. I'm the head manager at Best Buy or something. Just little stuff like that. People think that they are better than each other because they have those silly things. Because it's really a silly. Status is silly. Status or reputation. I've always believed. The bigger someone's reputation is, the more fake they were. Because for somebody to maintain a reputation, they have to have a certain viewpoint on them, I guess you would say, or like a certain a certain outlook on that person. Like, oh, like this is Mark right here, and Mark, he um he's a very nice guy. Whenever you need him, just call Mark right over, and he'll help you, and he'll do all this and that. And people have to maintain that reputation. I believe when people get tired of upholding that reputation, they start to act very sometimes they start to act, they start to get tired of upholding a reputation. So then you start to see their true selves come out. So, status, reputation, shit like that, that's what divides people is, people thinking, they're better. Just like racism, it's just another way what's another tool human beings use to make people think, they're better than other people. And in reality, again, in the grand scheme of things, status, reputation, shit like that, it doesn't matter. So, you know, again, that's sad. People think like that, but hey, what can you do? Let's go ahead and get to point number three, um, which I just mentioned in number two, but number three, it's money. Money makes human beings antisocial because again, it's something that they use to prove that they are better than other people, or if they can buy a $1 billion mansion in Hollywood or something like that, it makes them feel better about themselves. Or a lot of people say we bring a lot of jobs and stuff to here or there. In reality, a lot of these jobs, out here is like, about, consumerism, especially here specifically here in Nevada where I live in Las Vegas. Um, there's tons of consumerism culture, going on here. People come from all over. People are ever like, oh, you should buy this, or come to this place and see this show. Stuff they don't need. Just it's ridiculous, and money makes people do stupid things. You know, I've heard before. You don't know somebody until it was like a couple things are involved, but one of them, you don't really know somebody until money is involved. Which in a way that's true, because you don't know how corrupt somebody is until money is involved, or you don't know how full of shit somebody is till money is involved. But I know we live in human society. We live in a society that's controlled by money, but it's like we should not let money control us, though. Like we shouldn't let money control us. Money should not define us as human beings. Money should not decide whether we're a better human being. Where some people say like, oh, this guy's broke, so he's unhappy. Money should not dictate happiness either. People say, oh well, if I don't have money, I can't do what I want to do. Stuff like that. It's but what are you really doing? That's important. Like, what, you want to go to a bar or something like that, or again, buy shit that you just don't need. It's ridiculous. So it's like, and I know, money pays the bills and stuff like that, but it's like, money should not be the main definer for human beings or how human beings act. Because again, money makes human beings act very antisocial. So I'm gonna end that in point three. Let's get to the last point, point four. Point four is well, I wanted to talk about the recent incident, and I know that doesn't directly refer directly refer to something, but when I say the recent incident, I'm talking about the whole CEO assassinate or the killing. I guess some people out there calling it maybe an assassination or something like that with um, Luigi Mangiani. He was the shooter who had killed this United Healthcare. He was a CEO, yeah. He's a CEO. um, and this recent incident has shown a history of human beings being antisocial by valuing money, money and just status, over other people. And it shows because when you usually see, somebody's been, shot or, something on, the news or something, like think, oh, that's fucking horrible, something like that. But no, like this situation has gotten a lot of reactions to it that puts into question what's right and wrong in this world. I truly believe, because a lot of people have reacted in ways like, oh, that United Healthcare CEO, got shot. That's good. That's good. Because I had some family suffer from United Healthcare because they didn't have a premium plan or something, or they didn't have extra money, or because that their healthcare plan didn't cover something. So either I suffered, or they know somebody else who died or suffered because they didn't have that extra insurance. And it's like that definitely shows um, a big history of antisocial behavior in here, because well, here in the United States we don't have well, as probably everybody knows, but we don't have universal health care. It's they have that over seas, like such like Europe, um, Canada, stuff like that. you know if you didn't know, we don't have that here. We have different health insurance companies, that are all about the money. That's all they care about is money. And a lot of people, I've seen some shocking things. Like remember seeing online before, like, if you can't afford, I believe it was in reference to health insurance, but somebody had said, if you can't afford it, you shouldn't have it or something like that. That's just, you know, that's antisocial to the max. Like, wow, like, you think somebody should die just because they can't afford a premium plus United Healthcare plan or something like that? That's crazy. So this case brings up a lot, and you know, just like with racism and stuff like that. This brings up questions in the justice system. It's like people have died because of healthcare. Maybe we need universal healthcare, or another system that'll provide everybody with healthcare of high quality. Because you deserve it just because you're a human being. Just because you're a human being, you deserve it. So, you know, and until these things are addressed, racism, um, status, money, and again, this recent incident with the killing of of a healthcare CEO, and a lot of questions that it brings up, a lot of more, especially a lot of moral questions, um, And it's a lot of people are exposing more and more about healthcare, and people are happy something like this happened because so again something has happened to them or something has happened to a family member, um, because they couldn't afford a certain type of healthcare. So people are really really talking right now. So but I believe these 4 points do prove human beings are antisocial. um, and I've seen people, in all four of these points, I've seen something bad with it, especially in, my personal life, stuff like that. Um, my father, he was an alcoholic, a drug addict, and stuff. Um, and he would sell, he sold like one of my personal items before to, I believe, to get drugs or alcohol. He snatched money out of my hands. So, it's like, a lot of these situations I've experienced, um, firsthand, or, I've seen firsthand. So it's really, money makes people evil. Racism, again, I experienced racism in school. Nobody really cared. Status, again, I've seen that firsthand because I have volunteered at, um, well, I'm not ready to blow the door open on this because I've just heard something. So it's just an allegation until something else would come up. But I've heard somebody at this one place that I volunteered at had slept with knowingly slept with a minor. So I don't know anything about that. I've heard somebody say, that that's something that they thought was covered up. They heard that and they thought that was covered up, almost like it was a surprise, like like, oh yeah, yeah, we're supposed to keep that under wraps, like that's very evil. It's like all these other situations where you hear about sex, P Diddy and stuff like that. I know it's not the scale of P Diddy, but to knowingly sleep with a minor, um, that's pretty evil. I've been through physical abuse myself, and that's that doesn't sit right with me at all. So again, I won't blow the door open on that one. Um, if something does come up, I will speak of it. But yeah, I'm just a human being, like anybody who's watching this. I've seen this, I've seen these 4 points, happen in other places, and I've experienced these 4 points, stuff that makes people antisocial. And, this is just another video out there to help inform people. And, I hope this helps people, see the world for, it's another video that helps people see the world for what it is or what it can be. Because not everybody in this world is evil, that's just not true. Not everybody's evil. Can I call like myself? Let's be real. Can I call myself evil to a certain degree? You know, yeah, I am evil. In a certain not a certain way. I've not done anything crazy or nothing like that. But when it comes to me wanting to like punish people, like expose people, I guess some people would call that evil. Like me wanting to out people or speak on the madness of this world, or revealing stuff. Some people might call that evil. So in reality, it's not. So, but no, I truly believe not everybody's evil in this world. So, and I believe if you're watching this, you're not evil either because you're trying to learn about this world, just like everybody else is. So, but thank you very much for tuning into the pain scale. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching this, if you do have any opinions on this, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you very much, and have a good one. Thank you.